Hey guys, what's up? It's Mike D coming at you after another training camp practice. Today was Friday, Tom Brady's birthday. Very exciting, a little bit of a relaxed session. A lot of guys got opportunities, lower level depth chart guys, chance to get a look at some of them, rotating in with some starters. Interesting day, a lot of situational, a lot of 11 on 11. And overall, you didn't get to see a ton of Brady, but it was still a good day, a lot to take away. Here are my 5 takeaways from Friday's training camp practice. All right, number one, I'm going to start with the wide receiver position, which I made the mistake of tuning into Felger and Maz briefly yesterday, and I just heard Maz complaining about how terrible the Patriots wide receivers are, comparing them to 2013, comparing them to 2006. Those were years when they didn't have a guy like Julian Edelman returning. They didn't have a guy like Chris Hogan. Those were like completely new set of guys. So, and I've really been impressed with a lot of the receivers in training camp. So I'm not sure why everyone's so worried about them. I guess that's maybe an easy thing to worry about along with like pass rush. But today, Philip Dorsett, again, coming up with tough catches. I think he's going to get a ton of action. Cordero Patterson. He, every practice, has a one-arm touchdown grab in tight, over a cornerback. And he isn't even going to be like a feature point in the offense. He's like a 4th, 5th kind of guy that can roll in as, a potential end-around guy. He's going to return kicks, and he can also cover punts. And now Kenny Britt comes back. You're adding Eric Decker. So I'm not sure why everyone's so concerned about the wide receivers. There's a lot to work with there. And, by the time you get to January, if you have Hogan, Edelman, and Dorsett, and that's it, you're probably going to be fine. If Britt or Decker happen to catch fire and really click, even better. When you factor in Gronk, White, Burkhead, who knows what Sony Michel's going to do. He's been out hurt, but the Patriots offense is going to be fine. So don't worry about it. All right, number 2, I think it's an important one, and that is the group of guys who are basically going to make the team because they play special teams. Now, we know the usual suspects of these guys over the last few years. You have Matthew Slater, who is, back, not working quite with the team yet, but back off PUP. He's doing a lot of conditioning right now. Brandon King's another one. Brandon Bolden to some extent. Nate Ebner, who is still on the PUP as he recovers from an ACL injury. Those kind of guys. Now, Nicholas Grigsby, number 50, he's another guy who is playing with the top special teams units. He's also getting a run now with the second-team linebackers. And another guy that's really starting to pop, and I don't think anyone really expected it, was Eddie Pleasant, who they just acquired from the Texans not too long ago. He's a guy that has been playing on defense, has been playing a lot on all these special teams. So those are just a couple guys that are people are kind of can't go to sleep on just because they're not playing on the main offense or defense. The third one is just generally young guys. I know everybody gets excited about who are the young guys that are kind of standing out. And, obviously with such a veteran team, opportunities are limited. And it continues to be Duke Dawson as the guy getting all the snaps in the slot. The other guys, Braxton Berrios, I thought he had his best day of practice. Again, he's kind of buried by all these wide receivers that they have. But he's made the most of his chances. I thought today he really started to show up in some of these opportunity-type sessions, catching passes from Hoyer. Another young guy, not a rookie, but second-year tight end Jacob Hollister continues to catch everything thrown in his direction. He's getting a lot of playing time. Gronk was getting a little bit rotated in and out this today. And just Hollister, he just catches everything. He's making every play he needs to make. He obviously has some size limitations in terms of his blocking, but I think they can work with that. And I think it's going to give the Patriots, between Gronk, Dwayne Allen, and Hollister, a good trio of tight ends. Christian Sam, I think he's really taken a lot of strides forward. He's, clearly kind of emerged himself past Juwan Bentley. Today, instead of playing with Bentley on the second team kind of coverage linebacker snaps, it was Grigsby that was in there. So you're seeing Sam call out the defense. He's getting guys lined up. He just seems comfortable. He looks like he's getting it. And now, a week in, that's important. So I think he's a guy, tweeted it yesterday, almost kind of like, unfortunately, he's going to have to play. But as I watch him more, I'm excited to see him play more. And I think we're going to see a ton of him in the preseason, and that's really where we'll start to get a sense of what his ceiling could possibly be. Number 4 is there's a trio of young corners that are getting a long look. It starts at the top with J.C. Jackson, goes to Ryan Lewis, who was here last year with a year on the practice squad, and it finally, the guy who's kind of been emerging a little bit is Jamal Wiltz. But there's always seems to be some young cornerbacks that push to make the team, undrafted guys. These lower end kind of depth chart guys are the ones that they're really taking a look at to kind of fill in some of the cracks. You got Jonathan Jones out, you got Cyrus Jones out. When those guys come back, everybody's going to kind of get shuffled a little bit down this end. But so far, I would say Jackson is kind of the guy who's getting the first look over everybody. All right, and finally, it's Tom Brady's birthday. We got to wish Tom Brady a happy birthday. It was very exciting. Got there. They had a huge cake. They had an autograph. You could sign a Big 12 for him. I was like wondering, did they like actually give this to him and he's got like put it in his car and drive home with it? I don't know. It was a great spread. I got a piece of cake, and I actually had to reshoot this whole video because the first time I shot it, I had frosting all over my face. I didn't realize it. Happy birthday, Tom. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support on these videos, and it's a lot of fun doing them, a lot of fun getting to watch the team, which unfortunately will cease once the season actually starts. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be back. Check out the blog, Pat's Propaganda, for more. As always, write-ups on there and everything else, trying to fill in the cracks as the 2018 Patriots come together. Thanks. I'll see you soon.